yeah, we're live now. We're live. All right, excited, excited. So, folks, listen, we're doing a series, and I'm beyond excited. It's about thriving versus surviving. I'm literally interviewing some amazing women, right? And so, for those that missed it, we already have one in the pipeline. You can find the videos on YouTube. You can also check them in my profile. But here, I mean, this is what's exciting. We have our mastermind that we're launching, our ladies only mastermind that's happening this upcoming Sunday. Excited, fired up. It's going to be amazing. But listen, we're talking about, as women, there's all these things that are so important. And so what I've done is I've pulled together some literally really remarkable women to share and talk about their journeys, talk about their process and how they're going through. So we'd love to have you be part of the community. But most importantly, want you to hopefully be inspired and just be able to connect with some powerful and amazing women in the process. So I have the distinct privilege and the honor to be able to introduce you to someone who's not just someone I respect tremendously in her field, in her career, and all that she's been able to accomplish, but more importantly, she's a friend. All right, and I appreciate it. We know each other back in college, right? You know each other for a long time, and so it's awesome. And the story's hilarious, but we don't have time for the whole story today. But I mean, it's funny because we've been able to connect, and I've been just honored to be able to have her in my life. She's married to one of my boys. And so it's just a really amazing, just kind of story and journey. But what's most important today is that you can learn from her because it's amazing to watch her just bloom and just be able to make positive impact in so many different ways. So without further ado, I have to introduce you to Miss Antone Daniels. Antone, what's up? Good to have you with us today.
Let me tell you about my brother. Cecil can sell ice to an Eskimo, and I am the ice today. So, I'm happy to be here with you. I'm excited for what you are doing in this space of just sharing what people in the community are giving and providing. I love it. I love it. I love where you're going. I'm just excited to see where it's going. Yeah.
I'm not, you know what? Listen, I'm excited. But listen, Anthony, I want you to tell folks who you are. Give a little background about yourself. Let people know. Listen, I didn't just ask you to be here just because you're straight fire. So I need to let people know who you are, the value you bring to the community. Go ahead, let folks know.
Okay, who am I? Well, listen, my name is Antone, but you can call me Tony. Um, I'm also known as Pastor O's wife. There's just many names to this. I'll answer to everything except for, hey, you. No, I'm not going to answer to that. But call me Tony. I just started a practice. And, like many people in their 40s, I've gone through this space of kind of recalibrating who is Tony, and where she is right now is Mind Mosaic Care. Now listen, there's an email that's set up, the website is in process. Maybe at the end of the weekend, I guess we'd say that email, that website will be up and running. But what's the most important thing that you need to know? If you are in a space where you need someone to speak with, whether it be family life situations, whether it be career transitions, whether you are in crisis, whatever those things or those challenges may be, myself or someone that I know may be able to help you. Mind Mosaic Care is just what it sounds like. The mind, it's beautifully crafted with broken pieces, and we're going to care for those pieces. So many of us are walking around with, built-in trauma. I don't want to call it built-in trauma, but some of us were just raised. We couldn't even get past the trauma. Like, it's kind of like Bane. I was born in the dark. Remember how Bane said that? Some of us were born in trauma. I love Jesus. And a lot of Christians like to just focus on Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But can I help you get the knife out your back? And a lot of us have walked with this. It's all we know. And we don't know what healing even would feel like. We don't even know what it would look like. So that's what Mind Mosaic Care is about. Helping people see their mind and their life for what it is. It's broken pieces. And how do we look at them beautifully? That's my mosaic care. I hope that.
Nah, that's amazing. Nah, that's exciting. And you know, it's interesting as a coach, a part of my vision has always been to say those broken pieces, that all the things that make our, I like to call our origin story, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, right? They're a part of, you know, who we are and what it means for us to begin to literally make the impact we're supposed to make in the world, right? And so oftentimes we don't look at the negative things that have happened and realize that those negative things are for our good as well. And it allows us to be able to touch and change lives in a way that's uniquely, you know, special because of the fact that we have, like, I want to call it a gift, right? It's a gift that allows our strengths, the skills that we have, along with the challenges that we faced that have crafted us to be who we are. And so I love what you're doing. Appreciate the impact that you're making and the lives you're changing in the process. So because we're doing this women's mastermind group, and again, for those that are interested, you can always comment mastermind below to be a part. You can reach the links. I have a link in my bio. There'll be if this is on YouTube, there's a link that'll also be in the description. But I want to make sure you get this, and this is a really important piece for today's conversation. What I want you to understand is that we have women that are meeting that have unique needs. I know that Antone is gifted in this space. She's been helping women change their lives from youth all the way up, right? It's been a part of her journey, which is why I wanted her to be part of the conversation. So, Antone, I want to start here. What does womanhood mean to you at this stage in your life? So, what does that mean for you? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
So, commercial. Now, I'm gonna like look into the camera, okay? Some say commercial. Sometimes he knows who I am, right? So, commercial. Ladies who are over 45, like myself, every now and then you're gonna see me look down because I might forget. Listen, let the commercial continue on. I'll never forget. Last year, Cecil, I was in an interview, okay? The lady asked me something. My brain, mid-sentence, left me. And I was just sitting there like, trying to remember, what did she ask me? And I was so embarrassed.
Oh, man.
Now I embrace. So this is really a part of my answer. I embrace where I am. So that's why I say, if y'all see me look down, it's because I asked him, what you gonna ask me? Because I know this brain, this 47-year-old brain, it'll just fly away. Fly away.
Listen,
yeah.
My notes are right here. I mean, when I put it right here, that's my notes, right? You think I'm going top of the head? Oh, nah, listen, we not playing, we ain't playing games. This is real. All right, listen.
So back to it. If you had asked me this question when I was, and I have to say this for a certain reason, okay? Because I don't know who's listening. And I'm thinking about the 20-year-old me listening, okay? So if when I was in a teenager time, and you say, what's womanhood? I would have said, yuck, because of all the bodily changes that are happening. If you had asked me when I was 20, I would have been like, woo, I'm having a good time, because I wasn't paying for, financing my life,
Come on now. My goodness.
And every decision, it felt like it came with a Urkel. Did I do that? Like, it felt like I could do that, right? In my 30s, it felt like, oh, I really shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm just gonna say it. Remember the old lady in you told me to be myself. Remember the older lady in Good Times? Damn, like that. Listen, 30 was rough, okay? A hard time. But 40, okay, so for my 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds that are listening, I need y'all to understand that womanhood now, right now, it means walking in alignment with my values, my calling, and my boundaries. It's no longer about proving anything to anybody. It is what it is, living intentionally and unapologetically, Tony. That's honestly what it is now. But what it was in 30, I was still trying to please people. My husband wrote a book. It's about kindness and not being nice. I was really nice, in my 30s. Very nice and angry. Nice and angry. Just
Nice and angry.
angry. Outside. How are you? Okay. Inside. Just angry. So, but at 47, and I don't even think I got here at 40. It, as I've gotten older, it's become more intentional. It's become more authentic. It's become more, it is what it is. It's more, it's almost in the brown women, the biopic women will understand this. It's less shades of work Tony, church Tony, Tony that her friends know, and the home Tony. Like these women, the older I get, they're becoming more enmeshed. Do you understand? Because I'm less and less the older I get feeling like I have to prove something to somebody else. So right now it's intentional.
I love that. I love that. And that goes right to the next question. So was there a moment when you realized you had to it shifted from just surviving to intentionally choosing to thrive?
Mm-hmm. For me, it hasn't been one situation. So I can't say that I got to a certain age and then at that age, I stopped surviving and thriving. Because here's the thing, I believe in my whole heart, there's a resilient 20 something that's probably thriving, but she's thriving in a certain aspect of her life. Like she may be thriving in her career. Like if you had asked Tony at 25, that was working for T. Rowe Price, that was one of the only Blacks, in this high, this position that everybody looked at like, ooh, Tony career-wise was thriving. Ask the same Tony spiritually how she was doing. Ask the same Tony relationship wise, how was she doing? And these crusty dusties that kept coming up. Listen, commercial. Y'all think the crusties and the dusties just started in your generation. No, they've been here. It's been bad. And so, like I think we gotta let go. I question the idea of surviving and thriving because I feel like it's ebbs and flows.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? You could feel like you're thriving and then boom, you have a financial crisis. You feel that you're thriving and then boom, a family loss. And yeah, you might be thriving in one, but your mental state, your emotional state takes such a dip. And then I ask you the same question the next day. Nothing's changed. Do you catch what I'm saying? Nothing's changed. But your mental capacity, your emotional state has taken such a blow for this one change. Are you still thriving? So I feel like it's like an ebbs and flows. And so the most important thing for me, this is Tony, this is not the therapist, okay? For me is, and maybe he's going to get here at some other point. I can't remember all the questions, okay?
Sure.
What has kept me when I find myself dipping, coming back, has been my friendships.
Has been friendships, you said?
My girlfriends. So if you ask me at any time in my life, am I thriving? I would say at this point I am. Maybe I've been thriving since 40 because at 40, I caught it that, hey, life is not going to be perfect. Hey, this thing is hard. Okay, so it's going to be good and hard at the same time. And 3, I can really do this life thing because I got some real good girlfriends. They're with me. We are here for each other through deaths, and I'm going to say something that somebody might say, what did she just say? My girlfriends are as important to me
Mm,
as my husband.
mm, mm, drop it. I ain't mad at you.
They keep me married because,
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. Yep.
and I keep another friend, I keep her hired because she called me before she went off on her boss. Do you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Like, so good sound friendships
Yep.
keep you thriving. So
Yep.
if that's answering
All
the
right,
question,
that's
I
good. I
feel
love that.
like,
We'll
yeah,
talk about that a little bit as well. We'll
go
get
for
there.
it.
We'll talk more, but I love it. So, and I think it's one of those things where oftentimes, we don't realize the things that anchor us, that keep us in balance. And community is important. The whole point of creating the mastermind group is to create community. We're reading a book right now in the book that I do, the free book I do every morning, Monday through Friday. And the book is called Willpower Doesn't Work by Benjamin.
Mm,
And what he talks about is exactly what you're saying. He talks specifically about environment and community and how important and how vital that is to you being able to stay sane, for you to be able to thrive. And so I think that's a powerful statement. Thank you so much. So then, what's the lesson you've learned in your journey that you wish every woman knew earlier? You can't
I
close it.
promise I'm not trying to be silly. I'm really not. I'm actually a really serious person when I need to be, like,
Yeah,
when work, when it's
of course.
important. But I
Yeah,
need y'all to understand. You ready for it?
almost there.
Come in, lean in. Come on, lean in, Cecil, lean in.
I'm listening. I got you.
Drink your water and mind your business.
I got you.
Listen,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
listen,
I love it. I love it.
listen. Sometimes we get so prickled I'll take work. We'll be so prickled about someone getting a promotion over us. Drink your water,
Mhm,
get yourself a coach,
mhm,
mind your business.
mhm.
Because you don't know what that person did to get that particular promotion. You don't know. Marriages. Somebody, okay, so you're the single woman, you're the single guy, you got it all together. Why everybody keep getting married? Drink your water and mind your business. Why? You don't know what that male or female is contending with that person. You don't know what it's like to be married to that person. You don't know what it's like to be laid beside that person. You don't know what the finances are like. You don't know what the communication is like. You only see the grand scheme that's put in front of you, or as us Adventists say, the happy Sabbath. You don't know. You don't know. So, oh, this is when I get terrible. Um, I believe that, and when I say terrible, is I can't think of the Bible verse that I'm trying to think of at the time, but
Yeah.
it, it goes along with, think on those things that are of good rapport. Think on those things about yourself that's edifying. Sometimes we have this tape recorder that's going on in our mind. You possibly had something to do with some of the tape, but majority of the tape is not your fault. And it is every time someone else gets a promotion, gets a new achievement, your negative tape just starts. Well, I didn't even know why you expected it to be you. I don't even know why you expected you'll never get a promotion. This is why coaches and therapy is so important.
So vital.
Cecil, whenever you have the time, there's a seminar that I do that talks about how we are putting too much on our pastors. And if you think of it like a house on fire, okay, Cecil, when a house is on fire, who comes to the house?
Fireman.
Right. When the fire is out, because the fireman puts the fire out, right?
Yeah.
And where does he go? Does he stay?
No.
So then an adjuster comes, right? There's an investigator that comes. But we don't do that with our pastors. We want our pastors to put the immediacy of the fire out. Then we want them to counsel us. Then we want them to do all the things where in this whole mental health space, there's a beautiful space. That's the name of my seminar, A Beautiful Space, where we allow the pastor to do his job. And then the pastor carries you on to your therapist. And that therapist says, hey, I think I might need you to do some more in detail testing. Can you go see the psychiatrist that I trust? Then you go see that psychiatrist. And that psychiatrist says, you're an adult, but I think there might be some ADHD or whatever it is. Yeah, take this pill for 3 weeks. Let's see how this works. Then you come back to that therapist. Then you deal with the immediacy of the situation. Meanwhile, you're still checking in with your pastor. How's it going? Is it going good with Tony? Oh, okay. When that ends, I've got a coach for you. His name is Cecil. Do you catch what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
what we're doing is we want our pastors to be coach,
Yep.
therapist, mama, daddy,
mm-hmm.
and we're burning them out.
Yeah.
So, going back to, I say, drink your water, get your coach, get yourself a therapist. If there are things that are going on in other people's lives, because that's really what it is most of the time, we're concerned about what's happening in someone else's life.
True. Very true.
Mind your business.
Listen, I love that. And I think it's one of those things where I think we live in a society that's very voyeuristic. And we are so stuck on looking at everybody else's life, comparing ourselves to everybody else, caught up in what I want to call, I believe, this trap where we're so busy spectating that we don't live. And so I love what you said. I think it's a powerful thing that you shared. Next question. I love this one. What are some unspoken or overlooked struggles women face today, especially in your field or community?
Oh man. Unspoken. My goodness. The first thing when you asked me about womanhood and you sent me the questions is I just kind of I daydream a lot. And I was like, I wonder, are there any laws related to a man's body that has been passed or even thought upon being passed?
That's deep. That's deep. That's a good question. That's deep. Other than slavery, I guess. I don't know.
So go back to the question. What's the question?
What are some unspoken or overlooked struggles women are facing today?
Do you catch it? What I'm putting down? So me just literally being a woman is a question of law. Me just being a woman, I was just having this conversation with my daughter, Brittany. She's a millennial and I allow her to check me kindly. And the way that she does it, she say, Mom, do you want to question that thought? I love how she does it. She's such a social worker, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say.
And she said to me, this is what came up, because now the conversation of assault, and I'm not going into a conversation of assault, don't want to trigger anybody, but of what is assault in the sense of coercion, and I, like, I want to, then I don't want to, a lot of times men don't even have to think about if they're in a space with a woman or a partner, and think about what am I going to wear so that I do not incite. And the great part about these millennials and these Gen Zs, they don't even damn, they don't even give up. They don't care. They're like, no, my body is my body. Be a ruler over your own thoughts and your own mind and your own eyes, sir, please, or ma'am, please. That's how these kids run. And it's there's just so many things that we have to that run through a woman's mind that I just don't believe that men have to contend with. That's where I'm going.
That's a great point. I think that's, and you know what's interesting? It's very much taken for granted, right?
Even work, Cecil, work. When
Mm-hmm.
we go to work,
Yeah, yeah,
we have to consider,
yeah.
what am I looking like? What am I giving off? And again, I know that the Gen Zs and the alphas listen to this like, no, I don't. And stay exactly where you are, love. Stay there. But this is a Gen X woman that still contends with that sometimes. I am, who I am, and it is what it is. But I'm still, when it comes to a check, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, some of those things still have a play,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And I think it's an interesting kind of dynamic where women and again, the majority of my coaching clients have been women over the years, so it just happened that way. And it's always been interesting as a male hearing things like this where we're talking about things that I can candidly say I never have to think about, never have to think. So
Thank you for being candid.
yeah, yeah, no, that's legitimate. So I really appreciate that share. Kind of continue with that because I think this speaks to that same exact kind of concept. How do you personally manage the pressure to do it all and be everything for everyone? And this goes to what we talked about as far as women, because that is a straight up. It's you. Come on now. Every culture client I've dealt with, we talked about this all the time. Go ahead, take it. I see you excited.
Okay, so this is another lean in moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you
I'm ready. I'm ready.
ready? I don't.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
And listen, Cecil will tell you, he's known me for a very long time. He knows my no is extremely strong. And it was not always strong. It was actually from being broken. It was actually from being fired, actually. it was from having a terrible experience, um saying yes to something that I should not have said yes to, not taking it through the regular rigmarole, that I usually do of saying yes to, like, jobs, right? And saying, oh my God, this is awful. This is not what they said. And then you want to run away, and then you don't run away because you're still saying yes, 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 and you're being all the things to everyone. It was from being broken from that I learned, oh no, I don't struggle with that anymore, because I am not everything to everyone. Let me tell you how much I'm not everything to everyone. If you come by my house and I did not know you were coming, you will knock and I will not answer. That's how strong my no is. And I don't have a problem with that. Some people will say, oh, that's so horrible. Well, okay, Christians, because a lot of Christians are the ones that will say that's horrible, right?
Yeah.
So we say, my cup runneth over. And when my cup runneth over, I give from the cup, but you don't. You give from the saucer. But if you're always tilting, always giving, always, there's nothing in the cup.
That's right.
And that's when the burnout happens. That's when you're coming to me and you're almost on the brink of losing the job, losing the child, losing the marriage. Because you were coming, you were not giving from your saucer. You were giving from your cup. Stop tilting. Stop saying yes to everything. How do you do that? And you've been doing it all the time. You need coaching. It's listen, people, I love it when people say, I don't need therapy and I don't need coaching. Oh, okay. Let's see how that goes.
That's how you feel, huh? All right, yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, it's okay for you to feel how you feel,
Absolutely.
but do not question why you are just surviving. No one, no one I have ever met who is successful at marriage, partnership, business, work, has not had coaching or therapy.
Oh, it's absolutely legit.
Mm-mm. No. So that's my answer. I don't. I am not everything to everyone. And I am okay with that. Almost so much so, I remember when my husband was coming to me, coming to me, coming to me. And at the time I was building to become a therapist, right? And so I'm learning the skills. And I was like, he treat me like his therapist. What's going on? And I was like, yeah, but you should go see somebody. That's good, but you should go see somebody. And he actually got mad at me. And then when he started seeing someone, and then when he started going to school for himself to become a pastoral counselor, that's when he came back to me and said, I'm so sorry. I was treating you like my therapist, and I'm sorry. So, we don't do that. If we're having moments, we'll say it. I need a coaching moment.
Right.
Anthony, I need a moment. And this is gonna feel like I'm like, and then so then I can say yes or no, like, come on, bring it. You know what I mean? Or I can say to him, okay, I need this. And he'll say, okay, come on, bring it. But he's giving from his saucer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's even in the marriage. Did you catch that, Cecil?
Absolutely. Mandatory must. Mandatory must. I love that. So then, speaking of this whole concept of giving from the saucer, because I think it speaks to choosing to have a certain level of strength, right? Kind of being able to know how to deal with and handle challenging situations. Because you've already shared some examples of that. Where do you draw your personal strength from during those challenging seasons?
So the beautiful answer that everyone probably wants to hear is, oh, from my faith.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But that's not true.
Mm.
That's not all the way true.
Mm.
I would say it's amalgamation.
Mm.
I draw my strength, and women who are listening, who are around my age, will understand. Maybe in the 30s. No, I'm not going to do that. 20-year-old women will understand this as well. It's an amalgamation because there are things that make Toni who she is that I didn't even ask to have in me.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So I draw my strength in my marriage from seeing my mother help my father. You know what I'm saying? Through drug addiction when I was a young woman. I learned from her how to see someone be in pain and not run from them in that pain. And therefore, when I was, just getting married, and then now I find out that my husband, and I'm not saying anything that he has not been open to everybody about, had a porn addiction. And then because of what I saw my mama do, it wasn't my faith that I drawed on. Do you catch what I'm saying? It's what I saw that I didn't ask to be put in me. She put in me stick to itness. Okay, so I learned from her and didn't, maybe the 20-year-old me would say my faith, but 45, 47-year-old says, no, I saw a very strong woman do what then therefore God called me to do in my marriage in my early 30s. You know what I mean? So it's an amalgamation. It's my mother seeing this very strong woman who loves God, speak things into existence. Then it's my faith, because what I believe happens is, okay, here's psychology. How you are nurtured is how you will possibly instinctually act. So how I was nurtured from my mom, instinctually, I start nurturing my husband. But then I had to look at it and say, okay, what parts of what she did with dad do I agree with and do I not agree with? That's why we need therapy, because if you don't have therapy, then you're going to just do exactly what you saw unknowingly because of the tape that's going on in your head and what you saw. You're just going to do it like just as a robot, right? So it's the amalgamation of mama, therapy. What do I keep? What do I let go? Making that, continuing to have self-edit moments. But if you don't have any moments of quiet with yourself, how do you self-edit? If every time that someone sees you, there's either the phone talking to you, the computer, your partner, your job, when is it quiet that you can actually journal and see what's going on like here? So, I really believe in the morning time or the evening time or whatever your time is. Give yourself some time with just you, just you. And I'm not saying just you and God, because I do not want to, even though I am a follower of Christ, I do not believe in poo-pooing on what works in someone's life. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I'm a therapist. I'm not doing that. So, whatever your method, your mode of centering back to the good of you, I want you to have that. You know what that is. Some people it might be yoga. Some people it might be walk with the dog. Cecil takes a walk with his dog all the time. Some
Every day.
every day in the woods.
2 mile walk, 2 mile walk.
And guess what about your woods walks? Did you know that the oxygen is better for you?
I love it.
Of course, you know that yeah, there's more, like the oxygen is better there, and and then it's, oh my gosh, it's just so much good going on with you and the dog. The oxytocin, there's actually an oxytocin transfer when your dog stares at you. Yes, for you and the dog. Okay, so whatever it is that centers you, I want you to do that. Now, you might be a person to say, I've never even allowed myself to be quiet with myself. I don't know how to do that. Come see me, and then we can find what works for you. So,
love that. Love that. Thank you for sharing it. It's interesting because I feel as though we live in a society where we are taught to just kind of keep going, suck it up, keep going. And it's not
grind.
Yeah. So it really is. All right. So I love this question. I think this is I
Which
can't
one?
wait to hear your thoughts. If nothing was holding you back, what's one thing you pursue more boldly right now?
Well, yeah, I looked at this one. So I'm just going to say it. I'd scale a therapeutic retreat center designed specifically for Black and Brown women. It's sacred, it's space to heal, regroup, and be poured into.
Woo! Love that. All right. Look at you. Yes, indeed.
Like, I get goosebumps, and yeah. And where I want it, because I've been thinking about this. What I really want how to jumpstart it, Cecil, is next July. I want to have a retreat for women.
Okay, all right. You already put it in existence. You just did. So now folks are excited. Now they know. All right.
Because I've got some beautiful women around surrounding me. I've got a girlfriend from college that she can teach someone how to take a 1/8. Did you hear what I said? 1/8 of an acre and feed a family, and teach you how to just take what's locally in your home and then make a meal, and she's beautiful. Kamile. Do you remember Kamile? Kamile. So, and this is a woman who, commercial ladies, who you are at 20 and 30. It's not necessarily who you are at 40. It's okay if you have a degree in medicine and now you are 35 and you hate these people and all you want to do is cook. If you don't cook and start a social media and figure out how to do this, let your career push you to your passion. You do not have to get up, go to work, come home, sleep. Get up, go to work. Oh, I forgot about the kids. Pick up the kids, bring them home, feed them, bathe them, sleep. You don't have to do that. And one last thing, Cecil. You didn't ask me this, but can I share?
Oh, cool.
Ladies, stop suffering in silence. If your friends say they love you, prove them. Tell them what's going on. Ask them for help. Stop faking.
Oh, I'm coming to that. I got you. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. So I think it's a really important piece because I think that this concept of having a safe space and having community is important. I'm coming to that, but I have one last question before I get there.
Okay.
Talk about community and sistership and that kind of support.
Okay.
Um, what does thriving actually look like for you emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationally? You touched on it earlier, right? So when you
Mhm.
think about this concept of thriving, you talked about it's kind of like you have these ups and downs, and so you have all these different components. But what is it like when you think about? We're talking about emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationally. How does that look for you as far as what does it look like in your mind's eye as far as thriving?
My peace is not up for for negotiation.
Mm, love that.
It's not. So when I'm off course, guys, again, I have to have those quiet times of self edit, right? Because see, if I don't, then I'm going to make a decision that says this is a therapy moment. Little Tony will not like. I'm
Mm,
talking about Antone, who was named Pooh Bear, who was 5 years old. I'm not honoring that girl. So peace is not up for negotiation. So that means that if the job is asking something of me that doesn't give me peace, I'm up at night. Your body will tell you when something's being asked of you that you don't agree with. Listen to your body. But you can't listen if you're not quiet. Like you have to have moments of quiet. And I know that some of us are like, I just literally cannot be quiet with myself.
mm.
I- With
Actually,
all,
yeah,
huh? Pardon?
I had a number of clients that have said that thing. I can't do it, and I'm like, nah, listen, go ahead, finish.
With all the love and earnest, and I'm not asking to be your therapist. I need you to understand your body is telling you something, and I want you to come see me so that I can get you to the right person to help you. I didn't say that you can come see me as a therapist, so that we can get you the right modality for you. Because sometimes, Cecil, the uneasiness is anxiety.
Yes, right.
The uneasiness for another is ADHD. There's a medicine for that. For another, it's a thyroid problem. Your thyroid is jacking you up. For another one, I don't know. It could, man, there's so many things. It's so many things. So, the first thing, do you want to know the first thing that I ask my clients when they come see me?
Oh, please share, please share.
When was your last physical?
Ooh,
If
ooh,
you have a therapist and they haven't asked you when your last physical is, I don't like to talk about like my people, but when was your last there? When was your last physical? Because I can't see you about this if I don't know what's going on this because it really just might be this
yeah.
that's
Not
going.
me. I've been in the health and wellness space for years, and you're so right. It's a big factor where we don't realize how impactful it is. We read a book, and I know you know this book. So we talked about it over at the wedding. The body
Mhm.
and
Oh, you
uh,
knew I was thinking about it.
that book is so powerful. And it's when we think about trauma and all these other things that we deal with, we don't realize how the impact on the body. And so a lot of things that we're dealing with physically are directly connected to us emotionally. So love
Let
that.
me tell you how amazing and important a physical is. I had a client that came to me, okay? It was a coaching client, not therapy, because I just got licensed.
Okay.
She was so pent up. And by hearing the things that she was talking about, I sent her to an acupuncturist.
Okay.
And she was able to hit what happened is her adrenals were so jacked up that she was just like in this racing, like her mind was racing, her blood pressure was high. It was just all these things going on. My girl, who is amazing, pin in the foot, and then on her side, I don't know exactly where she put them. Couple of weeks, came to me once a week,
Yeah.
like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
good. Sometimes you can't even have a good therapy moment because you have to get something else physically straight
Right.
to have your mind with you.
Uh-huh.
So I need us to stop getting into this mode of, I am all the woman, I am all the man, I have all the answers. Where did y'all get that from? Where did y'all get that from? No, we need each other. I'm gonna have a Bible moment. The word, the whole point of it, what I really believe in my heart that God wanted us to do is to remain in fellowship with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are supposed to. So, what's real fellowship? Real fellowship is seeing my brother in need, helping my brother in need. And if I can't do it, help somebody else to get somebody else to help him. You know, it is being okay being sick and saying I ain't right. That's
That's
fellowship.
that's
And let's let this, you are perfect. Perfection is a fallacy. And stop trying to get to it because it doesn't exist.
really good. Really
Yes.
good. Yeah. And that's a perfect segue into the next part when we talk about this community piece. So, how important is it for women to have safe spaces to grow, be
Mm.
vulnerable, and get real support? Because you've been talking about this indirectly the whole time.
Cecil, I think it was, I want to say 2015. Ase and I were on our way to Philadelphia. We were listening to NPR. Cecil's going to feel like I'm having a crazy commercial moment, but I'm not. I'm going to bring it back. And they were talking about the loneliness of men.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. What?
They were talking about the epidemic of loneliness of men. This was pre-pandemic. Now, I'm going to say something to you. I believe that women now are dealing with a epidemic of loneliness.
No question. Absolutely. It's part of the reason why I created this mastermind group. That's part of it. Because the next mastermind group we'll have in the fall will be for men. But this loneliness thing is an epidemic. We have it. We're dealing with senior citizens that are dealing with it. I mean, it is it's pervading our society. It's a major concern. You're absolutely correct. No question.
So the safe space, I can't find safe space for some needs to be alone because no one has been safe. But you can't stay there.
No.
People who are alone survive.
Mhm.
They don't thrive.
Nope. Can't thrive by yourself.
Even plants don't thrive alone.
Nope. Nope. Yep. It's so true.
Plants need the insects. Plants need other plants. Plants need air. Plants need water. You are the same. You need to be watered.
Mhm. Yep.
Yes, if I put you like a plant in a room where some infestation type of insect won't get to you, fine. But if I put you in a room with no light, you also can't get light, you can't get water, you can't get community. It's the same thing. You want to be watered, love. I get goosebumps when I think about this. This is why my girlfriends mean so much to me. They water me. It's, listen, guys, we water each other as women, even we don't even mean to. My girlfriend called me about something, and I said something real ignorant, like I usually do. And she had the heartiest laugh. She said, "Oh my God, Tony, I'm not gonna kill this employee. Thank you." you know, just because all she needed for the day was a light-hearted moment. I'm glad that you created this. Going back to women and men, I have found that social media has
Oh,
created falsehoods of friendship. People don't know how to connect eye to eye anymore.
they do not. They do not. No.
We even see it in our kids.
Oh, very much so. Very prevalent. It's huge.
The way that, and I'm not knocking, I'm being very particular how I'm saying this because I understand these pandemic kids of how they think their friend in Mississippi is their best friend. I get it. You were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old when you guys were pandemic friends. I get it. It's your best friend. They're gonna be your best man or your best woman in your marriage. I get it. However, there is something about the skin and being touched It needs to be touched. I didn't say a lot, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's something about being in connection, physical contact with someone. And it doesn't have to have those things. Okay, let's take the physical out. There's something about being admired and something about hearing, Cecil, you're awesome. And something about getting a gift from a friend. Something about those love languages being, it waters you. It waters you. And so safety comes, pardon?
Again, filling that cup that you talked about. Yeah.
So I feel my heart goes out to the women who have not had safe spaces. And I pray that in spaces like Cecil's creating and the retreat that I'm, Lord willing, will do in July. And I'll probably create something for women to connect with weekly. I haven't figured it out yet because I just don't want to just put something together. I want it to be very, very intentional. But I pray that God leads you to the right group of people. Now, here's the thing, Cecil. No group, no coach, no group therapy can promise you that anything that you say will stay there. No. But a good group leader will do their job of sifting through and make sure they're screening and making sure the right people are in the space.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. But so here's what I say about safe spaces. It's essential. I want to make sure that I answer the question. My growth, it can't happen in isolation. It needs to be it has to be under constant pressure to perform. Do you know what I mean? We need circles that hold space, not just for our goals, but for our grief, for our questions, and for our becoming. So, I can't tell you how important women are to me. I say I ran a group for girls, my sister's keeper at our church for a very long time, and I'm thinking about creating that for like a community group for Mosaic girls, because I've had too many women come up to me talking about how the daughters just don't know how to make friends.
Yep. Very, very prevalent.
And then the mamas don't know how to teach the girl how to make friends because the mama ain't got no friends. So what do we do?
That's right. No, you're right. Speaking of that same concept, can you think of a time when another woman's support made a huge difference in your personal life?
A woman's support?
Yep.
Oh, pick the day.
That's what happens when you have a tribe. See, that's right there. That's what happens. When you got a tribe, you have all these women that are there to be able to pour into you. That's so important.
Let me tell you how much I stress these women out. So you know how women, I'm sure your wife has a group chat. I'm the group chat friend that sends stupid reels or memes at 2 a.m. They have to silence their phone because their husbands are like, "What's Tony sent you?" And they know it's me because I'm the night owl that happens to be up. But I have a tribe. You said, Cecil, you said it exactly. But here's the crazy part. What's actually developed in me becoming a therapist. You ready for this?
Oh, most of it.
I've got my core tribe, but now I've got like a therapy tribe that's kind of like it's creating itself, right? So there's a wife that's in West Virginia that I met that's a pastor's wife also, but then she's also a therapist.
Yeah.
She's part of my tribe, right? Her name is Sharon. Hey, Sharon. Then there's these women. Remember I told you that I was in that group, Positive Intelligence? We kept going. So that's over. And we had such a great time it's a coaching group, right? We had such a great time with each other that I was like, and listen, somebody has to be that friend, right? So I was the one, it was like week 8. And I said, hey, I really like y'all. And I'll be the one to say, can I be your friend after this? Can we check in?
Yeah.
And so we've committed to, now that it's over, we're going to check in once a month with each other because we really gained something from having this weekly time with each other.
Yeah.
I say that to say, in becoming and in creating safe spaces, women, we have to be vulnerable enough to say, I like you, be
Yeah.
my friend.
Yeah. In her book, Mel Robbins,
Oh, I love her.
what's the book?
Which book?
Her most recent one, it just came out.
Oh, I haven't read it, but it's that one where she's like talking about friendship and
Yeah, she talks about it as well. Oh man, I got to say the
I
name
have
of
to
it.
look it up.
Yeah, I'm about to pick it up on my phone. So, but I mean, it's she talks about.
Chat. What's Mel Robbins' latest book?
That's so funny you said that you're doing that right now.
Y'all better use Chat GPT.
Listen, let me see audiobooks. I can tell you, it's right here.
Hold on. It's coming up. Let Them.
Yes, let them. Thank goodness. You got to fast than I did. ChatGPT's fast. I tell you, let them. That the let them theory. That thing is amazing. That
Oh, and let me tell you, just
fire.
because you mentioned it,
Yeah.
so Mel Robbins is getting credit for doing this, but this is something that Black women been saying for a very, very, very long
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And let me tell you how I say, she says, let them.
Yeah.
Mine is, I do not go anywhere that I'm not celebrated. If
Mm,
if I'm tolerated, I'm gone. I
mm,
only go where I'm celebrated.
mm,
Period. How do I say that? In relationships, if my husband did not adore me and adorn me and make me feel like the most beautiful woman when we were dating at all times, even when the hair was out, honey, even when he was helping me take stuff, listen, if he didn't make me feel like all the things and
mhm.
celebrate it, I wouldn't be married to him. I wouldn't still be married to him. And somebody listen to that part. My jobs, my clients. I say my brother right here, Cecil, knows that I was first an accountant for many years, 20, 25, 25. And I never took clients except that one time. But anyway, I never take clients that don't celebrate me.
Mm,
If I don't feel like the ace boom coon coming in the door, I don't
yeah,
need to be there. Mm-mm,
yeah.
mm-mm. Friendships,
Mm.
friendships. Okay, listen, y'all. If you don't come in the door and your friends don't make you feel like she is here. If listen, I need y'all to listen. If you have friends that are only there for you in the most depressing, in the hardest times, and the deaths, but then when you have something good happen, they make a side comment or oh, that's oh, you it's I'm happy for you and your little job.
Mm, okay.
Oh yeah, you and your that's cute, you and your little boo. Where they do that? You and your new little house.
Yeah,
Check that.
yeah.
Check it. You need friends that'll be there for you in the good. I'm sorry, in the bad, but also the good. That they will celebrate you when your mirror does not look the same. Cecil, give me a moment. Let me stick right here. What do I mean by that? A lot of friendships can only be friends when their mirror is the same.
Mm,
So my life is the same. I got a new car. You got a new car. I got a new house. You got a new house. I'm married. You married.
right, right.
We're happy for each other. But they have a new house. I don't have a new house. I'm joyful for them. They have children. I don't have children. I'm excited for them, and I'm their new auntie. Are you catching what I'm saying, Cecil?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
You,
know you've experienced it.
of course, absolutely. I mean, that's real talk right there. That's real talk right there because I think it's important. Yeah, like when you think about community, you think about the folks that allow you to be able to thrive. Your mindset has to be, really intentional around who you have that pours into you, the people that actually feel you and fuel you, and that's an important piece. So All right, two more questions and we're done. So I appreciate you, making and taking the time because this has been a phenomenal conversation already. So we're gonna
Absolutely.
kind of switch gears a little bit and
What
really
you got?
talk more
Yeah.
about the kind of choices that we make. So next question is, why do you think now is the right time for women to invest in themselves? Well, now we say invest, not just talking financially, personally, professionally, spiritually. Why do you think this is the time that women should be doing that?
Because the cost is too high to delay. It's too high. I don't even have to talk about how the US is shifting.
Come on now.
So the world is shifting, and we need women who are whole. I have to pause there.
Mm.
That means you got to have a therapist and a coach. And okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me say it again. The world is shifting, and we need whole women who are whole, who are equipped. That means you figured out what you need to be equipped. Who are anchored. That means you got to try. And if you don't have one, you're going to join Cecil's group and you're going to get a tribe. Who lead their homes, like who are leaders in their homes, who are forward thinking in business and community. So the cost is too high. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to do it now.
It's interesting because I think you're right. We don't think about the cost, right?
And I'm not talking about financial.
No. We're not talking. I'm talking about we don't think about the cost. We don't think about the long-term ramifications of the choices that we make. And how a friend and I were just talking about this recently, and he was like, "Listen, at this point in my life, all I think about is the price." And I was like, "What?" And I'm thinking he's talking about money. He's like, "Nah, man. I'm thinking about how does this impact me when I'm 90?" He said, and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Every choice I make now, will this be what decides whether I make it to 100 or not? Everything I'm doing is all about looking at the blue zones that are out there and what all these people that have created environments and have done things and made different choices that have allowed them to live to 100 and beyond because they chose and they knew the price that it would be paid if they didn't think differently and make a different choice." That's powerful. So I love you saying that. That's deep. Love that. The cost. Love that. If another woman is watching this and she feels stuck, you're the therapist, so I know you're gonna love this one. What's one thing you want her to know or do today? Not just talking about period, today.
Know that stuck is not a life sentence. It's a signal. It's a signal. Don't wait for perfect clarity. Just take the next right step. And what's that next step? I know you're going to be like, well, this is an infomercial. No. The next step is I need you to get off of this live, have a quiet moment, and do a review. Where am I? Why do I feel? Don't say why. Why is loaded. What makes me feel stuck? Okay. Just do a brain dump. What makes me feel stuck? You in therapy right now, 2 minutes. Write down 3 things that's making you feel stuck. Okay. Then you see the 3 things and say, how do I get unstuck? And then this is what I want you to write down. Who is my community? Who's part of it? Right. I want you to write. Listen, I get loud when I get real serious. Okay. I want you to write the names down of 3 women who will help you get unstuck. Okay. If you don't have 3 women, then you need to write down Antone Daniels.
I know that's right.
I'm serious. I'm very serious. Sure, because the cost is too high, Cecil. It is. I'm pulling myself back because I could go on a tangent, but the only tangent I will allow myself to say, and I'm hoping this will create a part 2 for another time for us to have a conversation.
It's gonna happen again.
I'll say this, and you cannot go any further in this after I say this. I believe wholeheartedly that every young person who wants to be successful, you need to be married. And I'm gonna leave it right there. I did not say who your partner was. I didn't say what their body parts were. I said you need to be married. And I leaving it right there. Because successful people, if you look at the statistics, majority of them who are thriving have been in a covenant. A covenant. Oh, I'm gonna say this. He was just on Club Shay Shay. David Banner. Is it David Banner? He was just on Club Shay Shay. And he said this. I love listening to his podcast. I love seeing how people think, and he's had a lot of successful people on there. But let me tell you what he said. He said, I don't do business with any man that's not committed to his wife. Because if he's not committed to her,
I did see that. Yes.
he can't commit to me.
Yeah, I did see that.
So it's the same. It's the same. It's not necessarily. It's unfair how we treat unmarried people. But if you are a person that wants to get married, you need to get married. And then if you close to it, come see me. I'll keep you married. I'll keep you married. He's laughing because he knows I'm telling the truth.
Listen, I know for sure. Listen, y'all. Listen, I would love to keep this conversation going, but I'm gonna let Antone get back to her day, her evening, and her weekend. And so, Antone, thank you so much for just taking the time.
Thank you.
I know folks got some serious diamonds out of our conversation today, so I can't wait to hear people giving their feedback and their value. And again, folks, remember, this is going to be not just here you see it on Facebook right now, but it's going to be on YouTube as well. So you'll be able to catch it and be able to see it and share it with others, because this is some valuable information. So what I want to do right now is I want to give Antone a chance, because, y'all got to, I'm all about supporting our own. Like, it's all about making sure, listen, we got to support our own peeps. And so I know she's changing lives. She's doing her part to make a positive impact in the world. And so you want to connect with her. You want to actually learn and grow with her. You want her to be able to help you and create change for you and your loved ones. And so, Antone, what's the best way for folks to be able to connect? What's some things you want to share as we wrap up about yourself, and then just giving folks a way for them to be able to connect with you, stay in touch, and continue to grow alongside you? So please pass along and give some information for folks. Again, just let folks know who you are. Again, remind them the value of all you bring, and then how they can stay connected.
The easiest way to find me, go on Psychology Today and just type in Mind Mosaic Care. It's the easiest way. If there's a more detailed person out there that's like, yeah, but how do I get in touch with you? Like, right now. I want you to email me at TONI, so that's Tony, at mindmosaicCare.com. Then there might be the person like, no, I got to talk to her like tonight. Okay. The phone number is 202-570-2954. And unlike some, I respond very quickly. And the reason why I say that is it's a very unhappy and uneasy feeling when you need to speak to someone and no one will call you back. I'll call you back.
Appreciate it. All right. Are you on social media as well?
I am in the process of doing it. So I'll say, check out Mind Mosaic Care. It will be there by the end of the weekend.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Let's say Instagram, it'll be there. Listen, you guys are catching this like literally as it's going. I was not playing with the state of Maryland. What we're not about to do.
Yes, indeed.
Is do improper things. So
I'm not mad at that at all. That's awesome. Well, Antone, again, I'm so grateful. I really appreciate you. Again,
I appreciate you, Cecil. I didn't want to do it, y'all. But I didn't want to do it. But I'm so happy I did it. I've had like 3 times of almost crying on here because of just talking about women and importance. And I believe in what you're doing, Cecil. Okay. I think there are people who have certain gifts. What Cecil's very good at is organizing and getting sheep together. Just getting, because sheep have a tendency bad. We all over here. He has a real he's or herding cats. Have you ever tried to herd a cat? It's impossible. Cecil's extremely good at this. So if you are a lonely little cat, then you need some people. You need your tribe. I know I'm laughing and I'm laughing, but I'm so serious. I've actually been in one of his masterminds. I'm in one of his masterminds now. He
That's
didn't
right.
ask me to talk about this, but I've seen the caliber of people that he has coming in. Listen, I don't like no mess, okay? He has really well knowledgeable people in the mastermind I'm in. I can only imagine who he's having for the women. So go for it. If you're thinking about it, stop thinking. Stop it. Stop thinking too hard. Do it. You're not gonna waste your time. He's very organized. He'll kill himself to make sure that it looks right. Even if, like a little duck, you don't see like he looks calm on the outside, but these little feet are doing this, right? That's Cecil, okay? It's gonna look real good. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be organized. It's gonna be on time because he's gonna kill himself to make sure that it is. Am I lying?
Not at all. You ain't lying. You know how we do. Listen, we don't play. We don't play. Listen. The two of us are like siblings in the sense that it's so funny. We have these similarities about each other. We bring it. So that's why I'm so excited about helping to promote her new business and just the impact I know she's going to make, the lives she's going to change. So thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate you. And again, just to promote folks, listen, if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I'm looking for a community to grow with. I'm looking for some other women to be able to connect and network with. I'm looking to be able to create change. What I do is I create learning communities. That's what I do. I'm passionate about creating learning communities. We have our book club that's every morning. It's free, Monday through Friday. It's an international book club. Monday through Friday, we're doing that. That you can always find it on social media. All my links in my bios, they all have it. And then, as Anthony just mentioned, we have the entrepreneurs mindset mastery group that we've already has a mastermind group that's going. But this one, the new one for the women, for the ladies, I'm telling you, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. And we're going to help a lot of women to be able to change their lives and thrive. That's the focus here. It's all about thriving. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. I got you. Go ahead.
Cecil, one thing that I'm going to do when you actually put this out,
Yep.
I will give you the information and then you can put it like in the body of
Okay.
where you're going to place this. You understand?
Absolutely.
So that way, because somebody's not going to
Yeah.
remember.
No.
So
That's
I'll give you the
I already
information.
intended. Yeah,
I
we'll
just
give.
thought about that.
I
Like,
already have you. I already got you.
okay.
We'll get that information. So that'll be there as well. So yeah, obviously. So you hear that? So the information will be in the description below to reach Antone or Tony, and and also listen. We'd love to have you be a part of our communities because that's what we're doing. We're changing lives, and so super excited about just continue to grow together. So with that being said, as I say every day, if you can dream what God can achieve it. So let's go out. Let's make our dreams our reality. Because you know what? You deserve it. He bless y'all. Thank you so much again for listening. Thanks for the time. Appreciate you. Antone, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
And that,
He is my brother. Bye, Cecil.